solid second place running through most of New Jersey. But Syrup, very quick to adapt, as we've seen multitude of times. I mean, 5th at Gommel for a reason, and Mr. E back in the States, ready to show off what he learned in France.
So, my friend, let me tell you something.
Hit me.
This matchup for Ness, buddy, it's not the best. You don't get to do very big, like, Ness things usually. You don't get a lot of fancy magnet stuff. You don't want your double jumps called out. It's like you don't have your air dash anymore as Ness. That's what double jump magnet is. You have to play a lot more grounded, but those double jump cancel PK fires at the ledge when you're edge guarding, beautiful stuff. Syrup didn't find the PK Thunder, rolled back just in time, getting so much damage in. I love all of these empty hops.
I feel like Syrup is so good at sensing his sensing when his advantage is over and doing a good job of retreating or just committing to a big option, like so. His dashback game is so strong that it makes his run-up smashes or his dash attacks a lot stronger later in stocks, especially with that semi-recent dash attack buff, making it a burst kill option. Like, Ness can kill you from just about any position now, which is terrifying, to be honest.
Oh, this is such a nasty place to be in. Okay, he still kept his double jump. This is, you can maybe delay it a little bit. Excellent stall on the vertical recovery angle. He's in the best position to do it. The optimal play for Mr. E would just to go for like a drop down double jump back hill. You don't have to go for a counter at that position. But now Ness at 147. I love the fact that Syrup immediately shielded. A lot of Lucinas love mashing up B off of getting hit by PK Fire. Mr. E didn't go for it that time.
And it goes with how Eves continues to play. It feels like they double down on what makes their Lucina so strong, and that is patience and understanding. Missing that tech, unfortunately, is going to net to not just a whole lot of damage, but also a potential edge guard. But Eves needs to either set their feet on the ground or find ways to push the envelope just a little bit, but that back air is almost going to close out the stock, and will we see the PK Fire? No jump, no stock, no... Gone.
Flip that double jump. I mean, I feel like Syrup has just like found the best way to edge guard Lucina. You don't have to commit, just get a double jump cancel PK Fire, you catch Lucina, and sometimes you might also be able to get that double jump. Speaking of, somebody has no double jump, somebody's off stage with no jump, that's it. That's a stock.
Yeah, and just the simple threat of being there. There was no way that a Dolphin Slash was reaching that far anyway. And wow, Syrup just almost surgical when it comes to edge guarding Lucina, who can almost be seen as a difficult character to edge guard in some ways, but by putting PK Fire at such a perfect angle that most sortie players like to drift into in order to set up the perfect ledge snap for their up B. It's like, PK Fire is there, you can't do that for free. What are your mix-ups? I can cover them.
Yeah, absolutely. The PK Fire is so good. Now the question is, how is Mr. E going to be able to mix up his recovery? Maybe some more early double jumps that could also put you in a nasty position. So I will say this, the reason that this is something I always want to emphasize. Syrup is not just getting away with like landing like Ness's biggest things for free. He doesn't get to jump in with like a full hop forward for free. The reason that he is able to actually get into those kinds of situations and spaces is because up until that point, he empty hopped and then shielded. He dashed up and then he dashed back. He's mixing up his mid-range options in such a way that Mr. E just doesn't expect it. He's not looking for it every single time. But now, oh, beautiful. That was the best way he could have done that.
Wow. I mean, that's basically the best opener he could have had in this game too. It's like, all right, I got kind of exploited for some surprise weaknesses that I may not have had. Time to play the matchup. Oh, not another PK Fire.
Excellent.
It's even.
Somebody mashed that up. Somebody mashed that up and somebody got spiked. This is some high level Ness. Syrup's like kind of like minimalized and optimized. I love the way he's playing this matchup.
Oh, different kind of matchups. Oh, saved the jump for a long time, and E was not ready to throw out a downer there. Was just so tunneled.
The movement, jumped in, empty hop, short hop twice to get a, the actual like pop-up bucks in the up air. That is not easy to pull off. Syrup's kind of mixing him up a little bit, but right now E just playing so solid. Excellent catch on the air dodge. Doesn't get it the second time.
Wow, what an aggressive way to come back on stage. I know that it's a pretty common thing for Ness to do double jump magnet off of ledge like that, but against E, and against Lucina, where he's basically priming a back air at ledge just about at any opportunity, like right now, the forward air in this case, throwing out some something about some interesting airplay in the corner is so dangerous. Is that forward tilt will take it, and E just cements their hold on this game too.
You can't be missing those techs, and okay, really good stuff from E. Tries to go through the backhand, but again, you air dodge, Ness is floaty, you have enough time to throw out another button. It's jail. It's a really nasty. Oh my god, Syrup, excellent catch. Is this going to be the edge guard?
Oh,
not quite. He has the right idea, but Ness's full hop doesn't fully reach the side plats of Town City.
Yeah, but he did catch that jump from ledge and mix in a waveland on the platform to follow the air dodge and the drift. The movement, the gameplay from Syrup is so pristine, able to put together and use Ness's full kit to their advantage, and it all starts with that airspeed dart.
Look at that tomahawk. Oh, somebody is up lead up? No, not quite. Maybe I got a little bit too hasty. Neutral get ups into the down smash. You don't expect the mix up. Oh no, this could have backfired so bad. Syrup was this close to dying.
Oh, tried to call out a jump instead, though, and Syrup is now, was able just to fight their way back and reverse the situation entirely. Oh my god,
excellent stuff. He ate the hit of the tail.
These two are just scrapping in the corner, just reversal after reversal to find their way back on stage. At 121, almost dying, the ceiling of Town and City doing an excellent job of just holding this game into a winnable position for Syrup.
Okay. This is not just because I am a Syrup fan.
Go for it.
This is not just, because I am a Ness main myself and I have over 1,000 allies in him. This is some of the best I've seen Syrup play. There is something so minimalistic about the way that he's treating this matchup as he has to in Ness versus Lucina, but it's surprising how much stuff he is connecting. It's he is so confident that he's dude, I'm gonna shoulder hop twice into your face and I'm gonna get an up hit. I'm gonna shoulder hop into your face and I'm gonna get a grab. I'm gonna connect these PK fighters off stage. Syrup's played really solid.
Yeah, and after losing early, semi-early, he lost in pools 2 miles, being able to make this full run back and being up 2-0 over Mr. E, who you would think this is a matchup that E should be pretty ready for. This is a matchup that you would think would just be almost an auto win for the Lucina players.
Think of who Mr. E plays most. He plays PK Chris.
Right.
Stylistically, very, very different Nesses. And I would argue that Syrup is a little bit maybe slower paced, even though he's very technical and fancy when he needs to be. This is a much more minimalistic play. Excellent follow-up, but up tilt into neutral is not true.
Not quite at the very least, but I think that's I think you hit the nail on the head, Dara, to be blunt. The differences between PK Chris and Syrup are so vast because it feels like PK Chris hunts for the optimized starters, while Syrup plays optimized defense. And to use the word you keep using, a minimalized game plan, kind of isolating what makes Ness good and how do you circulate around that.
I will say, I don't love some of these ledge options. They're a little bit repetitive. Mr. E has consistently punished him. Finally able to get the neutral. Of course, Lucina has space. Lucina has center stage. Why not just neutral? But that could have been so brutal. That was a sweet spot of PK Fire. Not even Lucina could mash up from that. That could have been easy spike. But excellent little couple hits there.
Again, pressuring with down tilt back air into forward as well. Catching the air dodge, and this should be it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. It's, self-inflicted at the end of the day.
So now you see the recovery angle adjustment for Mr. Lee, right? No longer immediately diagonal, now a little bit closer towards the stage. He tries to go through the same down smash as before, but Mr. Lee reacts properly, goes through the get up attack, was able to get it. And the drag down up air, because of how much Syrup was moving to the right, he ended up crossing up Mr. Lee. He needs to have buffer to turn around to connect it.
As Syrup overcomplicates his own movement and his own game plan, he has just found positions to play lockdown in and found positions to just start mixing a little bit, playing with the dancing blade 1, 2, 3, 4 so well, and starting to deconstruct just what went wrong on Town and City and how it's going very, very right on FD. Good bait on the counter though from Syrup.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a quick decision for Mr. Lee, but wow, that down smash definitely was not. Great catch on a tech roll in, and now, this is something I really want to point out about the difference between these two players. I feel like in a set, Syrup starts out really, really hot, starts out really strong. Mr. Lee, I feel like he's a little bit more of a set play guy, right? As the set goes on, he's definitely somebody that gets more and more difficult because of both him as a player and the nature of Lucina. How you float, how you drift, how you edge guard, how you ledge trap has to be very player specific. and Mr. E is starting to hit those strides. You're seeing how he's more comfortable going off stage against Syrup now. He's warmed up, he's not respecting Ness's recovery as much, and Syrup is maybe throwing out like one poor double jump off stage too many.
Very true. I think that was one of the few games that we got to saw Mr. E cash in on a little bit of that information he was starting to build up. On Town and City, there was very few tech chase opportunities. On FD, we saw a multitude of them, and many of them resulted in pretty firm punishes, like that down smash at the very end of the day, which is something that I basically I saw E start to popularize first, actually using Lucina down smash, which is not a common move, to say the least. Oh yeah, just force your way back on stage sometimes. You've got that disjoint, might as well use it and force Ness to be consistently defensive. But that grab turnaround is huge for Syrup. Let's see how far he can take this.
Excellent F tilt that time. That's like the move that's like fastest enough. You don't have to commit to a neutral A. That was excellent stuff. I was hoping we'd see an F tilt this time around when Syrup went through the PK Thunder. He was close enough to then F tilt. How do you get back onto the stage? Mr. Lee misses the neutral A. Uh-oh.
Oh, a little bit of mix from Syrup, but he's only finding a forward throw at the end of the day, but just trying to keep stage control. Great roll. Oh, wow, sometimes it's just the simple options that do it. Mr. E does neutral get up roll, which is probably one of the few things that people try to bully out of you as you're learning the game, but sometimes the level 0 works. Uh-oh. Oh, he saved his jump the entire time, but covered. Did he land on the platform?
Yeah.
He did.
Excellent PK Thunder. Okay, Syrup is going to go out there, gets an up A. This is an excellent lead to have. Doesn't commit too much, just wants to go through the ledge trap instead. Dashes back to goal distance, doesn't get anything on Mr. Lee quite yet. Oh, tries to go through the falling back that almost connected, but his up air and up tilt just coming out a little bit too fast.
I wonder why the forward air there on the up smash. He could have gotten, I think, a forward tilt instead. Either way, the moment has passed and the punish has been found. But E has been very, very focused on trying to find forward, back, and forward tilt as well. Very few up airs at this point. Oh, there's one trying to snipe out the jump, but again, pivots into the back air center stage. Covers.
That's it.
Using that extra range. And yeah.
Yeah, down a little bit too deep. Mr. Lee just did a really good job of just calling him out on his double jump. I do think back throw is going to be able to kill, and yes, it will be, especially on a stage like Town and City, with a little bit of ceiling elevation as well. But that's a neutral A, good weight. Syrup recognized he didn't get the fast fall timing, so he knew that it was unsafe on hit and just popped out a shield, waited for Mr. Lee to mash, and he got a little bit more punish out of it.
Wow. Raw dare after that full hop from Syrup, but it did work out at the end of the day, putting 80% onto E. Trying to maintain this corner, the reversal from the magnet. This could result in a stock. That up air could have connected. Again, trying for the reversal of the magnet, but Syrup playing so well out of shield right now.
Oh, buddy. Good thing he spot dodged and didn't hold on to that shield. That could have been awful for Syrup.
This could be the game-winning situation for E. Can you close out this edge guard? The tech is there, but no follow-up, and not missing the up air as well. Both of them are just swinging now. Oh my God.
Syrup keeps on getting off the stage so aggressively. Is that the dash attack? Yes, it will be. Syrup is going to take it over Mr. E. 3-1.
Yeah, and the handshake at the end of the day. No fist bump. E insisting on a shake of the hand and a well-played set from both parts. I feel like Syrup did such a good job twice over in that game 4 of like, hey, I'm going to either put you on ledge and find a win condition there, or I'm going to put a more up-close scramble situation and win through that one. Ness is so good, just instantaneous buttons, instantaneous access to kill moves that Lucina sometimes needs to build up a little bit. Not necessarily back air, but if you're always facing forward, you can take a couple forward airs.
I think my favorite thing that happened in the set was this. Syrup, gets hit with the up B, is forced into a tech. And then he's in like that really awkward position where it's like, okay, I'm over here, Lucina is on stage over here. This is typically speaking a really advantageous position for Lucina. You can F tilt, you can wait and down tilt, you can forward it. This is a really good spot for Lucina. In my opinion, Syrup picks the best possible option. Maybe his spacing wasn't perfect, it was still mildly exploitable, but he went for like the PK Thunder like plank, where it's like, okay, PK Thunder, you force somebody into shielding, and it is safe on shield enough, because by the time Ness descends, he snaps onto the ledge.
Right.
That was the best decision. I think he picked the best possible option that he could in the moment. I don't think Mr. Lee had enough time to F-tilt. He might have only had time to up B out of shield, but who's up being out of shield at that point? It's a little bit too risky if it doesn't connect, if you don't actually have the time to do it. Love the idea to go for the plank there. He did it. He got back onto the stage, and then he was able to take the game. I do wish we saw Mr. Lee finally answers to set up double jump like magneting and double jump like forward off the ledge a little bit more. I feel like that was Mr. Lee's biggest opening to exploit.